Let's talk swirl marks. In fact, I should dedicate this video to Chris Fix. And I know a lot of you know who Chris Fix is. And I have watched one of his videos, which he talks about applying wax. What is the best car polish? What is the best wax? Never do it in a circular pattern because that will produce swirl marks. Swirl marks are harder to get out. Never apply wax, never apply polish in a circular pattern because A, it will create swirl marks, and B, swirl marks are harder to remove than non-swirl marks. I have introduced, at a level, destroyed this surface of this acrylic disc by sanding it with 2000 grit sandpaper. Now, I could argue, did I destroy the surface or did I actually refine the surface? I refined the surface to make it uniform, which is what's called a uniform scratch pattern. I produced these 2000 grit sanding marks to be representative of imperfections in your clear coat, imperfections in the car paint. First off, what are swirl marks? And secondly, are swirl marks actually harder to remove? So it's false, okay? I'm just gonna tell you that going in a circular pattern is not what produces swirl marks. Here I have my laser pointer. You'll notice that it is creating a circle, hence the term swirl marks. You will be able to see that really those marks are back and forth, unidirectional. And by the way, if this was on my car, and let's say I applied wax, or I applied polish back and forth, would that be the most correct way? And wait a minute, if it's back and forth on this panel, is it considered back and forth on the hood, or the roof, or the trunk? Or wait, if I'm in the trunk, or back in the trunk, and now I do back and forth this way, is that still considered back and forth, or up and down, or side to side? Back and forth, side to side, up and down is all relative. If that is the case, then why does this create a circular pattern around it? The only reason is because this is a circular shape, which is why if you were to view this in the direct sunlight, it would, wait for it, cast a circular pattern. So look at this picture. You see the arrows, yes you do. You see the pattern that's being created by the sun's reflection onto the panel of this car. Why is it circular in shape? Which is, I get it, that's why we call it swirl marks. So if this truly was a pattern created because of the scratches in the surface, then if I move this, it would not stay in this very uniform circular pattern, would it not? So regardless of where I move it, it's always going to display the circular pattern because this, the light source, is circular. Hence, in the direct sunlight, the sun, circle. And let's just go deeper with this conversation since I've got your attention, assuming that you're actually still here. So swirl marks, based on the industry in which you talk about that term. Swirl marks can only be created as a byproduct of light reflected off of a surface. Based on the imperfections of that surface, and the light source will determine what you see, the type of pattern that is displayed. Swirl marks in the world of novices, beginners, they will refer to this type of effect as swirl marks. Now in the professional / commercial world, those are not swirl marks, okay? Swirl marks are only a byproduct of this machine, a rotary polisher, because of the unique way this works, which is it only rotates on a single axis point, has the ability to produce what is called swirl marks in this world, the professional world. So as professionals, we don't call that effect swirl marks. We call that wash scratch, as in car washing. We call it towel scratch. We call it spider webbing, cobwebbing, many things we call it, but the only time I refer to that as swirl marks is when I don't want to reinvent the wheel and take the time to educate someone in that scope of the topic. This machine, which is different than this machine that has two movements to it. So this is what's called a dual action random orbital, which is different than a dual action forced rotation. So this spins as well as vibrate. This whole head spins like this, but then this head spins independent also. Only one of these movements is gear driven. This will never produce what professionals call swirl marks. Swirl marks are a byproduct of this machine, which is unique because it only spins in one direction. on a single axis point. And because it does that, it produces a unique scratch pattern. And here's another term, buffer tracks, hologramming. Since I have your attention, and let's see how many of you actually stay here, because I'm gonna throw in a keyword, big boy. Anyhow, so that's the key word. So here's the challenge. If you're still tuned in the comments below, you put just that term, big boy, nothing else, because people are gonna, if enough of you actually watch this and enough of you put that term in there, they're gonna be like, WTF, what is going on here? Why are people coming in and just putting big boy in the comments? Well, you guys will know. No spoiler alerts. So check out the back wall. You see how that green laser is being diffused? So it's creating this starburst pattern. And look at the acrylic lens. I am showing it through the 2000 grit sanding marks. But look what happens when I go up, and now I'm going through the clear part of the lens, and notice the reflection on the wall. It's a very precise dot. And occasionally, as I move this around, it'll create a starburst pattern like right there. That's because there is a blemish, a flaw, a scratch, some kind of imperfection in that acrylic lens that will cast and diffuse and scatter the light rays in an unwanted way. Unless, of course, you like a starburst pattern on your car, which I don't. I did this little illustration on my whiteboard. I have 3 examples here. First one's a perfect line. Second one is jagged. The third one is severely jagged. So this is representative of the clear coat on your car. So a perfect flat surface that's been shined. So this is representative of surface texture, which is very normal, called orange peel. And as the name suggests, it has the appearance of the skin of an orange, which is very ununiform. Now this represents what most people's car paint clear coat looks like, because it will have the orange peel effect, which is normal, but it has all these imperfections that sit on top of the paint in the form of bonded airborne pollutants, contaminants. They may call this rail dust, industrial fallout. That sits on top of the paint. And then you have scratches that go down into the clear coat. Not all scratches are created equal. Some scratches are deeper than others. And if you learn but a single thing today's video, give it a thumbs up. With that said, I will see you on the next video.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view.